The story kicks off in the heart of Central Africa at a camp bustling with armed militants. We quickly learn that a crew of mercenaries is lying low, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Suddenly, chaos erupts as the team launches an attack, and a fierce gunfight ensues. Bullets fly everywhere, bodies hit the ground, and the squad proves to be deadly efficient. The leader of the militants is taken down before he can call for reinforcements. Right in the thick of this mayhem is Max, our protagonist. He finds himself in a brutal hand-to-hand brawl with not one, but two enemy fighters. The odds seem stacked against him, but Max, being the lethal warrior he is, finishes them off with his trusty machete. After the battle, the mercenary leader, Leclerc, tells the crew they've got more camps to dismantle in the coming days. No rest for the wicked. Fast forward, the crew's next mission takes them to Iraq. Their target? Another settlement brimming with enemies. Max, ever the sharpshooter, gets in a position on a hill, his rifle at the ready. All hell breaks loose as an explosion shakes the ground, signaling the team to unleash their assault. Despite the enemies fighting back and securing a stronghold, the mercenaries' precision and teamwork help them dominate. During the skirmish, Magpie, one of the team members, fends off an attack, while Max eliminates targets one by one with his rifle. Things escalate when the commander alerts Max about enemies trying to escape. Without hesitation, Max storms a sacred building to handle. He slices through opponents like a hot knife through butter and ends up facing a massive adversary. Though the man almost chokes the life out of him, Max manages to slit his throat, delivering a chilling remark about meeting his maker. Surveying the aftermath, Max sees the ground littered with the bodies of 13 fallen foes. With another mission under their belts, the team heads to Colombia. Their target this time? A notorious drug cartel preparing a big ship. Moving stealthily through the jungle, the mercenaries position themselves for an ambush. As gunfire erupts, the cartel members are swiftly taken out. In the chaos, Max stumbles upon a terrified woman. His hesitation to harm her gives her a chance to escape, but then a bomb explodes, leaving him dazed. The woman flees, chased by a soldier, while Max pursues them both. The soldier corners the woman and starts undressing, but Max arrives just in time, kicking him square in the face. A brutal fight breaks out, leaving Max injured. Before the soldier can finish him off, the woman detonates a grenade, knocking Max unconscious. The rest of the mercenaries loot the cartel stash and prepare to leave. Assuming Max is dead, the team's medic reports his death to Leclerc. But Leclerc, skeptical and unwilling to lose his top man, orders a search. When all they find is Max's rifle, they're forced to move on. Hours later, Max regains consciousness, bleeding and disoriented. He stumbles aimlessly until he finds a small village as night falls. An elderly priest discovers him and brings him home, nursing his wounds and giving him clothes. As Max recovers, the priest introduces him to the church and asks for a small favor in return, cleaning up the place. Though Max can't speak due to his injuries, he communicates by writing his name on paper. The priest, however, suspects there's more to Max's story and considers their meeting more than mere chance. Days go by, and Max integrates into the simple village life. He finds a rifle belonging to a deceased priest, but the current priest assures him it was only used for hunting. Eventually, Max dons a priest's robe to ease the villagers' fears of his intimidating presence. One day, a terrified woman bursts into the church seeking refuge. Mistaking Max for a real priest, she pleads for help. Though Father Tiago clarifies Max's true identity, the woman is comforted nonetheless. Trouble brews when two shady men storm in, searching for her. They intimidate Max, but he keeps his cool and even offers them food. Despite their mocking, he avoids conflict, earning the priest's admiration. Later, during a gathering, the priest praises Max for his calm handling of the situation. This marks a turning point, as the villagers begin to see Max as a protector. He's eventually convinced to teach them basic self-defense, even though he initially doubts his ability to train others. Meanwhile, the two thugs return to their boss, who turns out to be none other than Leclerc. They report their encounter with Max, and while others dismiss the idea of his survival, Leclerc is unconvinced. He believes Max's ruthless skills wouldn't have let those men walk away unharmed unless something about him had fundamentally changed. Back in the village, Max takes on the role of a mentor, teaching the locals how to protect themselves. Father Tiago, who once doubted him, apologizes and begins to see Max in a new light. The peace doesn't last long. Leclerc himself shows up at the church, shocked to see Max alive and wearing priestly robes. Wasting no time, Leclerc reveals Max's dark past, recounting his violent deeds, including the killing of innocent women and children. The commander explaining Max's backstory, revealing he was once his top-notch assassin. But now, Max's actions have stirred up trouble. By taking down 2 thugs, he's broken an unspoken rule, and as a result, 2 innocent villagers are set to pay the price. The priest steps in, trying to negotiate a peaceful solution without dragging the villagers into this mess. Unfortunately, Leclerc isn't the negotiating type. Instead, he proposes a friendly dinner with Max to clear the air. Max, not one for games, heads to his room, ready to pack his things. However, the priest won't let him go that easily. They remind him of the good he's done, like saving the young girl, and convince him that he's no longer the ruthless killer he once was. Eventually, Max decides to stay, but agrees to meet Leclerc and see what he wants. When he arrives, he's greeted by his old squad, who mock his new priestly look. After checking him for weapons, they let him inside. Leclerc, as charming as ever, offers Max food and drinks, which Max declines, cutting straight to the chase. Leclerc suggests he rejoin the team, but Max isn't having it. He even apologizes to the guys he roughed up earlier, but makes it clear he's done being a hitman. Instead, he promises to leave the village if Leclerc vows to leave the people alone. Leclerc, visibly annoyed, offers a fake promise to Max, but secretly orders his men to eliminate him once he's gone. Back in the village, Max warns the priest that he's leaving to protect. Before he can act, Leclerc's squad ambushes him, brutally beating and crucifying. As they attack the priest's home, Max frees himself, but the goons escape. The priests survive and nurse Max back to health, though the church is in ruins and 2 villagers are dead. Father Tiago remains hopeful about rebuilding, but Max warns of further danger. Tiago reveals the villagers' plight: work for the cartel or face death. Feeling guilt and purpose, Max resolves to fight back. Tiago gives him a rifle, and Max begins preparing for battle. While Max is away, the cartel ambushes the priest's camp, killing Tiago. Heartbroken, Max seeks revenge. Donning a priest's uniform, he hunts down cartel members, starting with a local bar where he systematically eliminates them. When ambushed outside, Max effortlessly takes out more attackers. Leclerc learns of his men's deaths and regrets not killing Max early. Meanwhile, Max continues his vendetta, pretending to surrender only to eliminate more goons and set traps for reinforcements. When Leclerc arrives with his team, they find a cross necklace left by Max, rigged with a grenade that kills several men, including Magpie. Max emerges from the shadows, systematically taking out the remaining squad with his rifle, unstoppable in his quest for justice. Realizing Max isn't going down without a fight, Leclerc puts a bounty on his head, urging his men to finish the job. Max, unfazed by the added pressure, continues his relentless assault. At one point, he allows himself to be captured, only to turn the situation in his favor by killing the men transporting. Armed with their weapons, he tracks down another old comrade and ends him too. Max's final showdown is with Leclerc. After dispatching Leclerc's guards with ease, Max confronts the man himself. Leclerc, armed with a sword, squares off against Max, who's wielding a knife. The fight is brutal, with Leclerc seemingly having the upper hand at first. But Max, fueled by determination, turns the tide, stabbing Leclerc repeatedly and putting an end to his reign of terror. With the fight over, Max returns to what's left of the church. Father Tiago, who survived the chaos, encourages him to embrace life and move forward. The movie ends with Max finding a sense of peace, having avenged his fallen friends and protected the village. If you like this recap, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you didn't, hit the dislike button twice to really make it. Better yet, go watch the whole movie. It's worth it. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic recaps.